morning, guys. I am Patty Elhoff, the author of Upcycle with Decoupage, available online in several places. You can also go to the link down in the description. It'll take you right to my website where there are links for the book and several supplies that you might need, including some of these pretty napkins. And for today's project, this is one of those small little irons. Now I have to admit, this is resin. I got this in a craft store, used the coupon, and I decided to paint it with some chalk paint. I'll tell you everything that we need, but I wanted to decoupage it. I gave it a little bit of a Victorian touch by putting some pearls on there. And I wanted to let you know, tomorrow's my birthday, and I'm not going to make this a very long video today. It's going to be pretty short and simple, but I did want to at least get a video out for you guys. I try to get one out. Actually, I do get one out once a week, at least once a week. So here's the video for today, and you can follow these instructions on one of the vintage ancient irons if you have one of those. I have a friend who has one that he uses as a door stop. This can be used as a doorstop or just as decoration. Here's the supplies that we'll need to get started on this today. I'll be using some Mod Podge as my decoupage glue today. Chalk paint. I'm going to be using a matte varnish on that. We'll need parchment paper. Our craft iron. If you don't have a craft iron, you can use your regular iron. You can also use a travel iron if you've got one of those. And I've got links on my website if you'd like to purchase one of these. Need a few brushes. Sponge brushes are fine for this project. And I'll be using some pearls. You may want to just use ribbon instead of pearls, or you might want to leave it without anything on it, just the decoupage on the surface of the iron. And here's the first thing we need to do to get started. Before I painted this with the chalk paint, I noticed that there was a sticker on here that I was having a hard time getting off, maybe because this is a resin surface. So I tried Dawn, hot soapy water, rubber gloves, scrubbing it. I then used one of those razor blades to scrape it off, and I still had some residue on there. So I took some furniture polish. Actually, I used Behold. You want to use the waxy kind. Like if it says wax free, you don't want to use that. You want to use the kind that's got that waxy type of thing, because I believe they've got, there's some type of an oil base in there. It might be petroleum or petrolatum, I think they call it. And that tends to melt the glue away. So I sprayed some furniture polish over the sticky part, and then I just wiped off the glue. It seemed to melt it. Then I used the Dawn and hot soapy water, the Dawn and hot water to get that residue off, and it came off just perfectly. You can still see a spot there, but you don't feel anything. Now I'm just going to add some decoupage glue to the base, nowhere else, just on the base of this. The decoupage glue has dried, so I'm going to separate the napkin so it's just the one ply. And I'm going to place the prettiest part of this napkin over the surface. And I'm going to take my parchment paper and place the parchment paper right over the surface. and just iron the whole napkin down. Pull the parchment paper away. The napkin is now ironed on to the surface. It's all secure. I'm just going to take my nail file and go around the edge here and sand away the rest of the napkin. Now I'm going to add one more layer of decoupage glue over this and just let it air dry. So this is just that final coat of decoupage glue. And I'll set it aside to dry and come right back. I'm going to apply the matte varnish on this piece. I just want to go with a flat finish. There is our little finished iron, and I'll show you the side of it in just a moment, but this is how the front looks. And I just like a little bit more of a Victorian touch myself, which is why I added some pearls to the back and a little flower. So you can put a ribbon back there if you'd like to. You can leave it just the way that it is. I really wanted to just add a little bit more of something to it. So there's our project for today. Thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting. Hi to some of my new friends that you just comment and post on my Facebook page, which by the way is Upcycle with Decoupage. If you're on Facebook, you can post any of your pictures or questions. I love seeing your work. It really inspires me. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Keep on decoupage, and I love to see your work. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.